Guys, big breaking news coming out when it comes to nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. China issues warning to US president over arms sale to Taiwan. $300 plus million worth of equipment. All right, so this is a big breaking news coming out right now. At the same time, China issues new travel warning for Japan. All right, so they're really furious right now. So these link will be in the comments box. I did post a video for this one here. At the same time, look out. Iran test emergency alerts. Millions of mobile phones started blasting today in Iran. And it's one of those emergency presidential text alerts. So we are definitely seeing a lot of nations getting ready, preparing for war. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you again for your support. Guys, tomorrow is going to be my day off. I might post a live stream maybe tomorrow night. But tomorrow is my son's birthday. He'll turn 12. And yeah, I just want to take the time off. I don't know when was the last time I took a time off. But all my jobs, I got 3 jobs. So all of them I'm taking a day off. But just giving you guys a heads up. There's a possibility I might go live tomorrow night and give you some of the updates. But again, yeah, we're going to see what's going on with this news here. The Red Dragon, Beijing warned the U.S. president that the first U.S. arms sale to Taiwan under his second administration gravely infringes on the Red Dragon's sovereignty and interest, and that it would take all necessary measures in response. Once again, the island is a self-governing democracy, you know what, that the Red Dragon claims as its own territory. But here's the problem. You have other countries out there that don't recognize that. And that's the reason why tensions are really high in the South China Sea. All right, so once again, the Red Dragon capital seeks to eventually take control of the island by force, if necessary. And it fiercely objects to what it sees as any outside interference in the island's affairs, especially what's going on with the new Prime Minister of Japan. She came out and she says something. We're gonna be backing Taiwan, and the Red Dragon. Well, they didn't like it. I mean, they didn't like that the message that came out from the Prime Minister of Japan. All right, so now we are seeing tensions rising in the South Red Dragon Sea. The Red Dragon anger over the U.S. arms sale to the island comes 2 weeks after Donald and his Red Dragon counterpart, the Red Dragon leader, raised hopes for stable ties between the world's 2 largest economies with a meeting in South Korea. So you got 2 titans, all right, and you got the U.S. and China. These are like the 2 top countries in the world, all right, and one thing I tell you, we never seen like the Red Dragon go to war. I mean, we seen Russia, they done their stuff, but again, when it comes to China, that's a whole different ball game. Now they don't have a weak military; they're very powerful, economy, military, you name it. They're very powerful and very smart. I had a friend that was in the army, and he said that he went to again, him and his crew, they shipped them to China, you know, training and stuff like that. He told me, Lewis, you heard all about all that nonsense that the Red Dragon soldiers are skinny and short. He's like, that's baloney. I seen them soldiers. They're like 6 foot tall, muscles and everything, and they built different. He also said if we ever go to war with China, he moved back to Africa. So the Red Dragon anger over the U.S. arms sale. All right, so we're going to skip this one here. I don't know if he was just messing around or serious about that joke, but Yeah, in other words, the Red Dragon has a very powerful military. The Red Dragon Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin told a regular briefing on Friday that the U.S. cell seriously violates the one Red Dragon principle and the three Red Dragon U.S. joint communiques, particularly the August 17 communique referring to earlier U.S. Red Dragon diplomatic agreement that relate to the Red Dragon according to the state-run Global Times publication. The U.S. approved the sale of fighter jet and other aircraft parts to Taiwan for 300, look at this, $330 million on Thursday, saying that it would improve the island capability to meet current and future threats by maintaining the operational readiness of the recipient's fleet of F-16s, C-130, Reuters reported citing the Pentagon. So once again, Donald, the $300 million equipment that's going to go to the island. This is not what you call peace. This is not what you call peace. This is what you call business, but this business is going to lead to biblical war. Lin said that the U.S. sale to the island move gravely infringes on the Red Dragon sovereignty and security interest, breaches international law, and sends a grave and erroneous signal to the island independent separatist forces. Now, the Red Dragon is strongly dissatisfied and firmly opposes the decision, Lin added, per Global Times. Now, the Red Dragon will take all necessary measures to firmly safeguard its national sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity. The U.S. has formal diplomatic ties with the Red Dragon under its One Red Dragon policy, but it maintains unofficial ties with Taiwan. Once again, the U.S. is also bound by law to provide the island with the means to defend itself, and it is the island's most important arms supplier. Wow. And that's the reason why you got China, the Red Dragon, is putting out a do not travel to their citizens. Do not travel to Japan. So I do believe things are getting really, really hot right now out there. The U.S. commander said he and the Red Dragon leader had not discussed the island in their talks in South Korea, but he later told the news program 60 Minutes in an interview that the Red Dragon leader had promised him he would not take military action against the island, adding only that they know the consequences, without elaborating on what a U.S. response might be or might entail. The Red Dragon had also issued a stark warning to U.S. ally Japan after its new prime minister remarked on the possibility of military intervention should the Red Dragon impose a blockade on the island. So I did post that video today. Once again, notifications were not sent out. And this platform is not putting out a lot of our stuff anymore. So again, all the links is in the comments box. I'm making it easier for everyone. Triple check your notification bell. Now, I did receive some of your emails. A lot of people saying my comment is not being shown in the comments box. I can understand, guys. I don't know what's going on. We did write to the platform. They're doing a lot of changes. They're adding AI. They're also adding like all those algorithm, stuff in the year 2025. And I see some new AI stuff in my YouTube studio work. And again, it changed everything around. So I can't do nothing about your comments being removed. I mean, that's something that out of control. That's the platform. But again, I did receive your comments about the emails not being shown and like buttons not being shown. Again, that's the platform problem there. But again, I truly apologize for those of you that your comments is not being shown. I can understand the frustration. So it says here once again what people are saying. The state-run Red Dragon Daily said in an editorial on Friday, referring to the island reunification with the mainland, that the wheels of history roll inexorably forward towards the Red Dragon national rejuvenation and complete reunification. No external force can change this reality. So what happens next? Well, you have the U.S. the U.S. Commander-in-Chief, Donald, is due to visit the Red Dragon next year. Both countries have said. Now, Donald said he would visit in April, but the Red Dragon has not confirmed the date, or a date, excuse me. But once again, guys, there's been a lot of news coming out. China issues new travel warning. I want to show you some of this stuff here really quick. I'm not going to read it, but I did post a video today. The link will be in the comments box. The Red Dragon on Friday urged its citizens to avoid traveling to Japan, as comments by the Prime Minister about Japan possible role in the Taiwan conflict deepen a diplomatic dispute. Once again, the Red Dragon Foreign Ministry said that the atmosphere surrounding people-to-people exchanges has severely deteriorated, posing serious risk to the safety of the Red Dragon citizens. Whenever you hear travel advisory, do not travel and stuff like that, it's not a good thing. It's absolutely not a good thing. So give me a second here, guys. Let me just take you back on X. But yeah, you got Canadian Prepper. He just shared this one here. Big shout out to the Canadian Prepper. Washington greenlight $330 million military package for Taiwan amid the Red Dragon tensions. So things are looking really hot. Really hot. Once again, the Island Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced that the Sleeping Giant has approved a $330 million military sale of spare parts and components, the first such transfer since Donald returned to the spotlight. We are basically provoking lands. Just imagine, guys. Imagine the Red Dragon China selling stuff to Cuba. Imagine that. Give me a second here, guys. So imagine that, or just imagine, the bear selling stuff to Cuba or Venezuela. Imagine all the stuff being sent to Venezuela. I mean, again, that would be a very concerning alert. Venezuela has not received anything, any big stuff from Russia, but I do believe it's coming. If U.S. is sending stuff like that to other regions, provoking the bear and the Red Dragon, the bear and the Red Dragon is also going to get involved, start sending their stuff. The Red Dragon to U.S. on Taiwan arms deal. You crossed the red line, man. The Sleeping Giant just approved its first arms sale to the island, $330 million package of F-16, C-130, and IDF aircraft parts. And again, the Red Dragon is not happy. The State Department says it's about regional stability and combat readiness. The Red Dragon calls it a serious violation of sovereignty and warned the U.S. not to back separatists subtle as always. Meanwhile, the island opposition party, KMT, is shifting towards the Red Dragon friendly diplomacy under its new leader, just in time for the Red Dragon leader to applaud and US allies to wince. Once again, Donald says the Red Dragon won't move on the island while he's in the White House. The Red Dragon leader hasn't blinked yet, but he's watching. He's watching. Alright, so this is where we at, guys. I'm going to keep you updated with all this news when it comes to nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Like I said, guys, I do believe sometime the sleeping giant is trying to start something here. We should not be giving all these equipments. I mean, we don't see the Red Dragon and the Bear of North Korea doing that to Venezuela, Mexico, or Cuba. I mean, just imagine they're getting stuff from foreign countries. You know, it won't be good news for us because that's way too close to our territory. Imagine Venezuela getting Orishnik and Cuba is getting Kinzel hypersonic. It would not be good news for the U.S. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Till next time later. Peace.